Breaking entertainment news. Grammy-winning star Lil Nas X is back in the headlines after appearing in a Los Angeles courtroom on Monday, facing 4 felony charges tied to his August arrest. According to authorities, officers encountered the Old Town Road hitmaker walking naked down a street, leading to a confrontation that resulted in allegations of assaulting police officers. His legal team previously revealed he missed an earlier court date because he was receiving inpatient treatment out of state. In court, Lil Nas X's real name Montero Hill pleaded not guilty to all charges. A judge has now ordered him to return on March 12, when a preliminary hearing date will be set. Outside the courthouse, his attorney Drew Feinling told reporters that Montero is doing amazing and that the team is hopeful for a positive resolution. The rapper appeared calm, dressed in a brown jacket, khaki pants, and his signature cowboy boots. Lil Nas X faces up to 5 years in prison if convicted. His father previously said the musician is very remorseful and committed to getting the help he needs. As the case moves forward, fans in the music world are watching closely to see what's next for one of today's most influential artists. Tom Cruise is finally breaking his silence and he's not holding back. The 63-year-old Hollywood icon has reportedly reacted to ex-wife Nicole Kidman's shocking split from Keith Urban after 19 years of marriage, and insiders say he's calling it karma. Cruise, who was married to Kidman from 1990 to 2001, still remembers how their own breakup played out publicly, with Nicole receiving waves of sympathy while he was painted as the villain. According to sources, Tom never forgot it. One insider told IBT that Cruise felt stunned by how Nicole handled their split, even making digs about his height on TV while he stayed silent. And now, with Nicole's second marriage ending, Tom reportedly feels proven right. While Cruise is said to have mixed emotions, sympathy for Nicole, but also a quiet sense of vindication, his camp hasn't officially commented. Nicole and Tom were one of the biggest power couples of the 90s before their sudden 2001 breakup, widely rumored to be influenced by Tom's deep commitment to Scientology. Afterward, Tom went on to marry Katie Holmes and welcomed daughter Suri, though he remains estranged from both today. Meanwhile, Keith Urban has resurfaced on social media after 2 months of silence. The 58-year-old country superstar shared new footage teasing his upcoming U.S. reality competition series, The Road, hosted by Blake Shelton. Urban gets candid in the first episode, opening up about the loneliness and emotional toll of life on tour, reflections that surfaced just weeks after Kidman filed for divorce on September 30. Sources close to the former couple say their demanding schedules created growing distance, with Urban touring and Kidman juggling intense filming commitments. Insiders also claim Urban has been going through a midlife crisis, making choices that left those around him confused. Though Nicole was reportedly blindsided, she was the one who ultimately filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. Together, they shared 2 daughters, Sunday Rose, 17, and Faith Margaret, 14. After nearly 2 decades of marriage, Hollywood's golden couple has officially gone their separate ways, and the world is still trying to piece together what really happened behind the scenes. Hollywood icon Billy Bob Thornton is looking back with nothing but warmth when it comes to his whirlwind marriage to Angelina Jolie, calling it one of the greatest times of his life. The two first connected on the set of Pushing Tin in 1999, and their chemistry was instant. They married the following year, but by 2003, the relationship had run its course. Still, Billy Bob says their split was surprisingly civilized and the two remain very close friends. Speaking to Rolling Stone, the 70-year-old actor revealed, "Angelina and I had a great time together. That was one of the greatest times of my life. We simply split up because our lifestyles were so different." And yes, he even addressed that legendary Hollywood rumor, the vials of blood they supposedly wore. Billy Bob says the truth was far less wild. The pair simply kept tiny lockets with a single drop of blood, calling it a sweet and romantic idea. But of course, tabloids turned it into stories of vampires, dungeons, and drinking each other's blood. He explained the real story again, reminding fans it was no different from keeping a loved one's baby hair in a locket, just a symbolic gesture blown wildly out of proportion. Since his split from Angelina, Billy Bob has moved forward, later marrying Connie England, with whom he shares a daughter. Nicki Minaj has stunned fans worldwide after accepting a role with the Trump administration to help spotlight alleged persecution of Christians in Nigeria. The rapper is set to appear at the United Nations later today alongside U.S. Ambassador Mike Waltz, who praised her as one of the greatest female recording artists and a principled individual, using her platform to speak out. This comes after Donald Trump recently accused Nigeria of allowing the killing of Christians, even threatening military action. He claims extremist groups are targeting Christians in very large numbers, while Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu strongly denies this, insisting violence affects people across all faiths. But here's where things get complicated. Reports from monitoring groups cited by the BBC say there is no evidence Christians are being killed at higher rates than Muslims. Still, Minaj says she feels called to speak out. She wrote, "The Barbs and I will never stand down in the face of injustice. We've been given our influence by God. there must be a bigger purpose. And while some fans praised her for using her platform, others were furious, accusing her of leaning into right-wing talking points, comparing her to Candace Owens, and calling her involvement hypocritical. One user wrote, "Standing for justice while siding with Trump is crazy." Another joked, "Is this an album rollout?" Others questioned her qualifications, with comments like, "Is there nobody else more qualified?" Some even accused her of being used as a celebrity endorsement in a political narrative. But her supporters pushed back just as strongly. Christian fans thanked her for shining a light on suffering communities. One Barb's account wrote, "So proud of you, Queen. Your courage means more than words can say." This isn't the first time Minaj has spoken on Nigeria, previously saying no one should ever be persecuted for their religion and calling it dangerous to pretend we don't notice global violence. Meanwhile, U.S. politicians like Senator Ted Cruz claim tens of thousands of Christians have been killed since 2009, a statistic Nigeria's government fiercely rejects as a hoax and a distortion of a complex security crisis affecting all citizens. Officials say they refuse to profile terrorism by religion and hope U.S. relations will instead help strengthen efforts to fight extremist groups.